Hi, I'm Diane Cometa. Today on Dishing with Di, I'm going to show you how to make buttercream frosting. This is a frosting you find on lots of cakes and cupcakes and lots of other desserts, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now on Dishing with Di. You need some softened, unsalted butter, some powdered sugar, otherwise known as confectioner's sugar, some milk at room temperature, and some vanilla extract. Now you can see that there are very few ingredients here, and probably all buttercream frostings have basically the same ingredients. So it's not so much in the ingredients, it's what you do with them that is going to make this buttercream frosting turn out really nice or not so good. So the first thing that you want to do is take your confectioner's sugar and sift that. I like to sift it because oftentimes there's a few little lumps in there, and you don't want to start off with your buttercream frosting with some lumpy sugar. So just sift that. If you don't want to use a sifter, you can whisk it really well, but I find that the sifting actually works best. So it's worth the extra step. And you'll probably see when you get to the bottom, there'll be like a couple little lumpy guys in there. So just push those through. Okay, that's that. Now, I'm just going to set this aside for a minute. The first thing that you want to do is take your softened butter. Now this is at room temperature, it's very soft. And you're going to put this into your either the bowl of your stand mixer, or if you're using a hand mixer, you're going to put it into that bowl. And here we go. You can see how soft it is. Now this is probably the most important part. You are going to beat this until it becomes very light and fluffy. And I mean, you're going to beat the heck out of this thing. And it's probably going to take about 5 minutes. So the key to making a really successful buttercream frosting is patience. So I'm going to start this on low, I'm going to start it going, and then I'm going to move it up, and then I'm going to just stand here. Maybe I'll take a walk, I don't know, but it's going to take about 5 minutes. Now, as you go along, just make sure you give it a scrape down every once in a while. Okay, there you go. Now, it is very pale and it's all nice and fluffy. So the next thing we're going to do is take some, not all, of our confectioner's powdered sugar, and we're going to put that in. So I like to keep a little measuring cup with me, so I kind of make sure that I'm not putting too much in. And I'm going to start off with about 1/2 cup of that. Just beat that until it gets really well incorporated. So I'm just going to give this a little scrape. Okay, now I do the same thing with my milk. I keep a little measuring spoon, and you're just going to add a little bit of the milk at a time with the mixer on, but you're not going to add much. So right now I'm going to add maybe a couple teaspoons of milk. And I'm going to let that get thoroughly incorporated before I add more powdered sugar. So what I'm going to do here is just alternate back and forth with the powdered sugar and the milk. So just let it get in there on low and then turn it up. Okay, and that's what you're looking for right there. Okay, so now the last step is to add in the vanilla extract. So while the mixer is on, I'm just going to add a little bit in. Now I have a regular dark bourbon vanilla extract here. You can use a light one if you want. Just whip that through. That thoroughly combines. Okay, now this is a nice thick buttercream frosting. Right, you see that? You see how thick that is and how much more volume that has than when we first started with this? Now, if you're not going to use this right away, you can put this in your refrigerator and store it for a week. I've heard people store it up to 2 weeks. You can even freeze this. So if you were to freeze it, when you're ready to use it, you take it out. Same with the refrigerator. When you're ready to use it, you take it out, you let it get a little bit softer, like up to room temperature, and then you use your mixer again and you bring it back to life. So today, I'm going to be using this on my old-fashioned chocolate cupcakes, and it pipes out beautifully. So what I usually do is take a piping bag like this, and I stick it in a glass, and I put some of the buttercream frosting in there. And just squeeze that and get any air out. And then I'm just going to show you real quick what it looks like when it comes out. Now look how pretty. And you just go around. Now it looks like there was a little bit of air in there. You see that? But that's okay. Look how beautiful that looks. Nice buttercream frosting, right? So there you go. Now you know how to make a successful buttercream frosting. And these are my old-fashioned chocolate cupcakes. I'll leave the link for that, so don't forget to go check that recipe out too. And I also have a cream cheese frosting recipe, which is really nice, so you can check that one out. It's very popular. And the full recipe for this will be found on my website, dishinwithdi.com. So go over there, check this out, and all the other stuff. And don't forget to subscribe so you can get weekly updates. I hope I made your life a little easier, more enjoyable, and delicious. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.